Can you guess what I'm making? Today on Cooking with Me. So I might just give it away. I'm making Chickenpea-Soup. So here are some chickpeas. I got canned ones. You can also get ones from a glass. Fresh ones are not advisable because you'd have to soak them and it would take a really long time. Also, a little warning, the result of today's cooking is not going to look pretty, but it tastes pretty amazing. Either way, you need 200 to 300 grams of chickpeas. So next here is some spinach. I have frozen one because it's winter and there's no fresh spinach. You can also use fresh one. Either way, you'll need around 250 grams. Next ingredient, 1 onion. You'll also need Spanish chorizo sausage, which is a kind of salami. You can get sliced one like I did or no unsliced one. Anyway, you'll need around 75 grams. Also on the list is some Serrano ham. You'll need only 25 grams, which is a good thing because it's pretty expensive. Next ingredient, a hard-boiled egg. You can't see that this one is hard-boiled, but trust me, it is. You'll also need salt and pepper, some chicken broth, around 750 milliliters, and around 300 grams of tomatoes. If you use tomatoes from a can, be sure to get fillets. If you use fresh ones, take out the seeds because they give off a very bitter taste. So to the actual cooking, which starts with the meeting of a knife and the chorizo. That surprisingly doesn't end well for the sausage. Next, take the sausage and put it into a pot with some olive oil and heat both up really high. While the chorizo is roasting, the knife meets the onion. The result you can see here. After a while of roasting, the fat will start to seep out of the chorizo and mix with the olive oil. As you can see here, I didn't put that much oil in there, so a lot of the liquid is actually fat from the chorizo. This is the sign to put the onion in. Once the onion is in, put on the lid and reduce the heat. It's very important that during this phase the onion does not start to discolor into a brownish color, and just let it sit there, reduced heat, for about 15 minutes. During those 15 minutes we play another round of ingredient meets knife. In this case, the Serrano ham. This is how it's supposed to look during those 15 minutes, the fat just barely boiling. After the 15 minutes are up, remove the lid and turn up the heat so you get a real nice roasting. The onion should start to turn brownish now. When the onions are nice and brown, that's the point when you start making it into a soup, and instead of just having onion and sausage there, you put in the chickpeas, the broth, the spinach, the tomatoes, and boil it all up. So you have to keep the heat up so it boils. What you see here is the strong boiling you're looking for. Once you are at that point, turn down the heat. Then just keep it barely boiling with the lid on for the next 40 minutes. After 40 minutes it should look something like this, which is when you take off the lid once again and take out the hand blender. Then comes the blending. Be careful not to blend the soup completely. You have to make sure that some structural parts stay there. If you have a stand-up blender, take about 1/3 of the soup, blend that totally and put it back. After that you put in the Serrano ham, salt and pepper, and then apply the last round of ingredient versus knife with the egg. Put the egg in, stir it all around, take the pot off the stove, and the soup is ready.